everyone was like, are you crazy? You're going to do this on your city bike? And I was like, yes, I'm going to do that on my city bike. I'm a broken student. I don't have any other options. So I'm going to do it. I trust her. She's a hero. But I know deep down I was doing something crazy and it's not going to get me to like 60 kilometers or something. But I had this illusion of like, it's going to get me somewhere.
Today's episode is the story of a young girl who discovers the bicycle as more than just transportation. To her, it's a means to self-discovery, travel, and adventure. This episode should come with a label. Warning, listening to this podcast will cause bikepacking. I know I've been infected and I can't wait to see if this body can handle it. Yasmina is the bicycle mayor of Marrakech, Morocco, and I met her through the Bikes Network. Her advocacy is about empowerment and bringing the joy of cycling to girls everywhere. Before we get started, I just want to remind you that this podcast is not sponsored by anyone but me, my partner, and my Patreon supporters. If you feel an urge to support women telling stories of their struggles, victories, and their relationships with their communities, please consider supporting me for as little as $5 Canadian per month. Just go to pattybikes.com/podcast and click on the Patreon link from there. I also wrote a book called That'll Never Work Here, Challenging the Myths Around Biking in a Winter City. The book comes out in October and you can pre-order a copy from the link in the description. Listen all the way to the end to hear a voice memo from a listener. And send me a voice memo yourself, please. I'd love to hear what you think of the show. Again, you can do that from my website at pattybikes.com/podcast. We had some technical glitches in the beginning of the episode with the Wi-Fi and then a little bit of the sound, but please be patient. It'll be over soon and it'll be totally worth it. I mean, we were speaking to each other from across the big blue ocean. Now, let's hear about Yasmina's literal journey in the Atlas Mountains of Morocco. Hello, we are here with Yasmina Ahl Maris.
Yeah,
Did I say that right, Yasmina, with my Brazilian accent? Okay, great. Yasmina is the bicycle mayor of Marrakech. And I met you, Yasmina, through the Bikes Network, BYCS.org. And I'm so excited to have you here because you have a really interesting story of how you came to the bicycle and the work that you're doing in Marrakech. You're celebrating Eid today. We're recording this on Eid, the coming home Eid,
Yes, exactly.
Correct? That's the one. And you're coming home to me.
I left
That's
all
Her
my
Problem,
family just
my
for
podcast. Oh, you're so kind. I feel very privileged. I'm very excited to be talking to you. And you just celebrated your 23rd birthday. You're just a baby. Your baby changing the world. And it's so hopeful and it's so great. But I want to start our conversation by hearing about how you came to the bicycle. How did the bicycle find you?
All right. So my story with the bicycle started when I needed to go to high school, which is a little bit far from my home. So I had to buy a bicycle. And since in Marrakech, a lot of people use the bicycle, so it was the option for me to get to my school. So I bought my first bicycle, which is a city bike. And I used it for almost 7 years before I started thinking about traveling with a bicycle, doing an adventure or something like that. So I had this bicycle with only one front gear. I cycled almost like Marrakech with my bicycle. And then at my last year of studying graphic design in another city, because whenever I go, I take my bicycle. It's like the moment I buy it, I was like, it's going to be with me the whole time. So whenever I'm like going to another city, I take my bicycle with me. So when I was studying graphic design in Mohammedia, it was the last year, and I was kind of, depressed, the exams and everything, and I was like thinking about something to do. And I started watching YouTube a lot, and I watched a lot of videos of like people traveling with a bicycle and stuff, and I was like, wow, this looks so great. I want to do something like that, but I only have my city bike, which have like one front gear, and I don't have any of the gears, any of the traveling gears or anything, nothing at all. I only had that bicycle. So I was like, anyways, I'm gonna start like this adventure, and let's see how it goes. So I started planning my first bike trip, which is like I plan to go to a village nearby Marrakech, like 45 kilometers away from it. So I started like all planning for the whole thing. And eventually I
On your city bike, the
yes, the
one
one
gear.
gear bike. Yeah, exactly. So, but I didn't do this. I didn't do this trip on that I planned in Marrakech. Instead, I did from Agadir to Taghazout in the summertime, and without my parents knowing or anything. My parents were in Marrakech while I was in Agadir with my bicycle, of course, and like the day before the trip, I planned this random trip to Taghazout, and I prepared everything I needed. The next day, I just like woke up at 8 and started cycling at 9. I struggled a little bit at first with cycling with my bike, with my city bike, because I had to push the bike at some points, and it was like a little bit, uphills. But then I started cycling again, and I felt the freedom, I felt the beauty around me, and I really loved it. So it was only one day trip, so I cycled in the morning and I cycled back at the evening. And after 2 days, I was like, I need to do it again. I need to see myself how I can I can cycle again, and like just to check on myself again. After the 2 days, I was like, I need to do it again and to see myself if I like it or no. So I did it again, and it was amazing. And then I come back to Marrakech, and I started my journeys in the regions of Marrakech. And the beauty of Marrakech is that it is surrounded by the high Atlas Mountains. So I was going to these villages around the mountains, and with only my city bike that I had. And that really was a problem for me, because all I was thinking about how cool it is and how adventurous it feels and how beautiful to feel that like I go on my own and doing my things and having a good time with myself. So I really loved it, and I kept doing it more and more and more. So that's how I got into bikepacking or traveling with a bike. After that, after all of these, I thought to myself, I need to do something wild. I need to do something bigger. I want to go wild. That's why I planned my first long bikepacking trip. It is from the north of Morocco all the way down to Marrakech, more than 800 kilometers. And I planned everything. I I earned some money for it. I learned bike mechanic for it, and I got everything ready for it to go. And you know
When
what?
was this?
It was last year, February.
Okay, and tell
Yeah.
me.
So I planned everything. So first thing first, I was like, I need to get into a good shape. So I'm not an athlete person, but for this, it's gonna be so hard because I'm gonna be cycling through the mountains, like more than 2,000 or 1,500 meters. So I was like, I need to get into a good shape. So I started running.
Wait. Before this, we are all wondering,
Mm-hmm.
on your city bike? Still? Are we still talking about this city bike?
So the original idea was like, I want to try this on my city bike because I had
Oh my
nothing. I had nothing. Like, I am a broke student. I cannot afford a road bike. Like, my parents wouldn't agree to the idea of me cycling around, so they didn't want to get me a new bike. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to do that on my one gear bike. So I really was like, I'm gonna do it. I don't care. And I really ignored all the thoughts and the fears, because I really craved this adventure. I really wanted to do it. I don't know, maybe I wanted to prove something to myself, but there was this strong desire to do that. So I was like, okay, I had a bike. Like, I have a bike. I'm gonna get into running to get into a good shape. Okay, now what? I need to know bike mechanic. So what I'm gonna do, I went to this workshop near my neighborhood. They were like there like from 2016, and I know about them that they do bicycle things. So I went to them. I emailed the owner, which is like a Dutch woman. I emailed her and I said, hi, I'm Yasmina. I'm 22 years old. I want to do a wild trip with a bicycle. I need to learn bike mechanic. Can I please come to your workshop and work with your head mechanic chef? And she said, yes, of course. Then I went there and introduced myself and I said, please, I want to learn some bike mechanic, the basics, because I am traveling this distance. So I stayed there for 1 month and I was going like 4 times a week or 3 times a week, just learning the basics. And there was the magic. There, I meet a lot of people. I meet a lot of mechanics who helps me to know stuff, international mechanics, beside the Moroccan mechanic, of course. And at the last, and everyone was like, are you crazy? You're going to do this on your city bike? And I was like, yes, I'm going to do that on my city bike. I'm a broken student. I don't have any other options. So I'm going to do it. I trust her. She's a hero. But I know deep down I was doing something crazy and it's not gonna get me to like 60 kilometers or something. But I had this illusion of like, it's gonna get me somewhere. But last week before I embark on my trip, the magic happened. On a random day, random Tuesday or Wednesday, there's this woman who came to the workshop looking for someone to give her bicycle to. So she was cycling from Belgium all the way down to Morocco, and she wants to go back, and she's not taking her bike with her. And she was like thinking, maybe I could give it to someone who's gonna take care of it. So she found out this workshop and she came there, and luckily I was there that day. If I wasn't there, I wouldn't have never have Freddie, which is her bike. So she came there and I met her. I told her about my story, what I am doing in my workshop, and then I showed her my city bike. She was like, girl, chill down. Girl, chill down. I'm gonna give you my bike, actually. So she gave me her bike, and she actually had a small meeting with me where I told her about my story. She told me about her story, and I told her
I'm
how
crying
much.
here. Don't mind me.
So I told her about everything, and she was really supportive, and she was really inspiring for me. She gave me that energy that I needed before I go in this mysterious trip. So I'm really grateful for her. Thank you, Nikki, if you're watching this. Thank you so much, Nikki. I really appreciate.
Thank you, Nikki.
Yes. Her bicycle's name is Freddie. I didn't change it, and he's been with me the whole time. So just 1 week before, I had to replan everything again. I had to maintain the bike, getting into the new life of this bike. And yeah, I went on this trip with this bike, which is really grateful because I completed all the journey, the whole 833 kilometers. I did it by myself, by this bike, and I got to live the best moments of my life and the best feelings, the best everything with this bike and the experience. And that's how I really got into bikepacking, and I told myself I want to do more. I just want to cycle the world.
There's so many questions. There's just so much I want to ask you.
Yes, please.
As a woman, a 22-year-old woman in a country that's maybe not quite as woman friendly as.
And sorry, I didn't tell you.
Yeah?
I didn't tell my parents about the trip. They didn't know I'm going.
Yeah.
They didn't
If
know I'm
I was
going.
your parent, I would be really angry and then really excited.
So the thing was, I told them that because I work with a travel agency and I travel a lot. So I told them that, you know what? We're having a scouting trip with bicycles and I'm going to take my fully loaded bike to scout. And they were like, that's suspicious, but okay. And I didn't tell them. The only person who knows about the story or about the trip was my brother, my youngest brother. And I actually paid him $20 to not tell my parents and to send him my location every day so that at least one of my family knows where I am. So this is how we went.
It's great. crazy because I have a 22-year-old that calls me when she has to make doctor's appointments. So I don't have to worry too much about her going on a bikepacking trip. But this is amazing. And what was it like camping by yourself? Because you
Um,
had to camp, did you not? Or
no,
did you stay in
no, I
hotels?
didn't camp.
Okay.
So my idea was
Okay,
like
good.
to find, yes, because yeah, I don't have that courage
Yeah.
yet to do that, but I'm gonna embrace it one day. But for this trip, I was like, it's my first time, and no, I'm not gonna take this risk. So what I'm gonna do, and also because I am broke, so I'm gonna look for some hostels, and I'm gonna look for
Okay.
some friends to host me. So that's what I did. And actually, I got invited by three strange people to spend the night in their houses.
Okay,
So I
that's not
spent
frightening at all.
so I spent like three nights or 4 nights in people's houses that I don't know. So this is how it went between hostels, friends, people. This is how it went.
And are these people still in touch with you?
Yes, I'm still talking to them.
Of course, of
Yes,
course. They'll be friends for life. You know,
yes,
they'll never forget this
yeah.
22-year-old woman who showed up on
Actually,
their door.
yeah. Actually, there was this woman who hosted me, and it was if you ask me what was the highlight of the trip, I would say this woman because it's so special and how I met her is so special. And I got to spend 2 nights because she couldn't let me go. Like for one night, she was like, no, I need you. Actually, I was only going to have lunch in her house and then complete my way. And she was like, you're going to spend the night. And the next day, you're going to spend another night. So it was really special. Her and her daughter, just her and her daughter, and I got to spend this magical time with them and learn a lot about life and about her, and it was really amazing. And I'm still in touch with this woman, and actually I like every time I almost cry because her story and how she treated me like a daughter. She doesn't have a lot. She had like a really humble house, and she was like, her heart was so big that she welcomed me and with open heart and open mind. And it was really amazing that time I spent with her. And her house was like in this beautiful village with a lot of fields around it. It was really magical. So actually, the story how she hosted me, I was like on this uphill fight in my life and questioning my whole existence, and so tired. And I just passed by these two women who were talking, maybe gossiping. So they were talking, and it was just passed. And I said, as always, I always say "Salam alaikum" to great people and pass. And then I stopped to drink some water, and she shouted, "Did you have your lunch, daughter?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Okay, come have lunch at my house." And that's how I ended up spending 2 nights with her and her daughter. It was really amazing.
Friends for life, something
Yeah.
you'll never forget.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
Anything else happen on the trip that made you scared a little
One
bit?
time I had to cycle because, when I was planning my route, I was like, I'm going to cycle like 70 kilometers per day. I'm not going to cycle more than that. First thing first, I'm not athlete. Second, I don't have like this racing bike, so I cannot go on a fast pace. So I did like 70 kilometers. But this time I had to go to this village, which was 90 kilometers. And I was like, I planned everything. I started early, but at some point, I was cycling in the dark, and I got my water like I have no water left. So and I had to cycle in the dark. So here I started to feel a little bit scared because cycling in the dark in this remote place didn't really seem nice. So I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm gonna cycle. I'm just gonna pray to get to the hotel safely. This was the only time that I felt scared. Other than that, it was all good. It was all nice.
So it was
Yeah,
basically a perception, like sort of a fear
yeah,
of the unknown,
yeah,
not something
exactly.
that actually was
Happens.
fearful
No,
that happened to you. Okay.
no, yeah,
Okay, as a parent, I feel a little better. And like you said, like I said, no chance of my 22-year-old doing something like that. She'll do other crazy things, but not that.
sure.
Now, when you got home, did you
Mm-mm.
tell your parents? We are all dying to know.
Well, I got home on this really, really hot day. I didn't find someone at home, only my father. I knocked on the door, And I was like really waiting to say, hi, I just cycled from the north. So he opened the door and I was like, hey, I just cycled from the north. And I was like, oh my God, are you crazy? My dad is like a chill dad. Like he's not like my mom. My mom is a strict parent. So my dad is like chill. And he was like, okay, tell me about it. You're crazy. And I was like telling him all of this stuff. And he was like, your mom is going to be angry. And I said, yes. So my mom was visiting another family, a family of us. So when I got the opportunity to tell her, I told her, hey, mom, just want to tell you something. I wasn't on a work vacation or something. I was traveling by myself, cycling from north all the way down to Marrakech. She was like, I felt something in my heart. I felt you're going to do something crazy. But the idea of me being alone was the thing that really terrified her. And she was like angry about it. She said, you will never do this again. You are selfish to go by yourself. You're not telling us and not having friends with you as you told me. Because I sent her some old picture of me and my friends. And I told her, this is us on the trip. But it was an old picture. because I was not in home for 21 days. So from time to time, I was sending her some old pictures, telling her this is us now, and she was really mad to the fact that I was alone. And she was like,
you're messing up my makeup here.
but yeah, like she had like fears. She is a mother. I can understand, but
No, you can't. Actually,
yeah,
you can't. Okay?
Well,
I need to tell you that you can't understand. I'm really proud of you, but I am feeling like your mother. You ever do that again, young lady?
Oh my God. Yeah, but I really wanted to change their views because they still have this idea that, when you tell your parents, I want to do this, I want to travel alone, here at this in Morocco, they say, oh, we are not in Europe. We are in Morocco. What do you think yourself doing? So I really wanted to change that. And I was like, I'm safe. I'm back home, safe. You see me, I'm alive. So it's not like how it used to be. And another reason why I really wanted to document the journey, because I documented the whole journey and I make a whole documentary, is just to show my parents how it feels to be on the road, a Moroccan road, with the people, the hospitality, the beauty of it, and try to make them learn or try to make them feel how I feel and how does this means to me and what is the life that I want to embrace. Because they think that this is just a phase and it's gonna go away. But no, people, I want to embrace this life. I want to be a full-time adventurer. Like, please get me. So that's why I also documented the trip and had them watching it. After that, she changed her mind. She was proud. She was showing my documentary to everyone, even my grandmother who doesn't have a phone. She was like, oh, watch Yasmina's documentary. Watch Yasmina's documentary. So I think
Yasmina, are we able to see this documentary online?
Yes, actually, yes, it is
Okay.
on YouTube. It's my first documentary or like my first video on YouTube. You can watch it.
I'm going to make sure to link it in the show notes so
Yes,
everyone
please.
can watch along this
Yeah.
adventure.
It's a little bit long. It's like 1 hour, 15 minutes, but I promise it's worth it. It's worth it because you got to see.
I am. Yes, absolutely. That's super exciting.
Yeah.
My daughter did go on an adventure by herself. She moved to New York City for a bit to be an au pair. But I just still couldn't imagine this crazy adventure of getting on a bike and traveling 833 kilometers by yourself. That's incredible. And it does change you, this
Yes,
bike
absolutely.
life. It's taking it to the extreme, and you come home and you're never the same again.
Yeah, never the same.
And I know that you were never the same again. Is that when bikes.org sort of came into your life and you thought, I'm going to be the bike mayor? Or what was the next step? Because there's got to be a next step. You can't just go back to your regular job and pretend like life is normal.
No, I started like, first thing first, it changed a lot of perspective in my life, this trip. First thing first, I got faith in myself for the first time. I really felt proud of myself for doing such a thing. I just felt proud of embracing the thing that I loved, because sometimes I feel people don't get to embrace what they like. So I felt really proud of me being able to embrace it and be determined about it. So I got faith on myself, faith on people, the people that I met on the road, the people who hosted me. So I said like, yeah, there is still beauty in the world. And the third thing is like, I really started to plan for my big trip on my solo trip. So I'm already being in the trip and started like thinking about my future cycling trips that I want to do, what the things that I want to share with people more in my documentaries and stuff. So the first mission was like to really edit a good documentary for people to see how beautiful bike travel is. So I really like worked so hard to edit that because I all did it myself, like all the editing, all the filming. I had no experience at all. I'm just like, you know, like I love creating stories and share it with people. So that's what I got to do. I spent like 2 months and I really struggled with the editing. When you watch the documentary, I don't want to spoil it, but I got to say I was like editing day and night, but unfortunately, I got all my room in fire because my laptop got on fire. So I almost lose all the footages and everything. You know, this is a TV. This is my family's TV. I am using it now. I don't have a laptop,
Okay.
so I got all of it burned, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give up this. It's not working, and then I started again editing with this TV and everything. Went well until again they stole my suitcase which had like my camera that I bought to document this documentary. I really saved for this camera so hard, and at the end they stole it and I was feeling so down. But then I was like, no, you got to share the beauty of that trip. You got to share your perspective. You got to share your experience. So nothing of this gonna hold you back from doing it. So I started like to think about making my story more available to people. And then I started like, okay, maybe I want to do this with people. Maybe I want to share this with young girls like me. And that's how the idea started, like of doing a lot of things and sharing a lot of things.
What are those things?
So first thing first, I really wanted to start organizing only bike trips. Only bike trips. No cars, nothing, only bike trips. No, only girls trips. I want to show that the girls can do it just like me. I am a regular person from like a normal place, so everybody else can do it, especially the girls. My girlies can do it too. So I was like, I need to do that, but I didn't know how. But I still kept like thinking about it. And then I talked with the Picala bikes, which is like the workshop that I had, that I learned the mechanic in. And they suggested me to become a bicycle mayor. And that's how I applied for the bicycle mayor role. They were like, do you have some goals to do? Do you have something that you want to advocate for? And I was like, I want to organize only girls trip, bike trip. And they were like, okay, we're going to support you and everything. They're going to speak our bikes. So they helped me to organize everything, take care of the accommodations and food. And I got to organize my first, only girls trip bikepacking. Sorry again.
It's okay.
I got to organize, this girls trip, and lead it. And, wow, it was really amazing because it opened my eyes to a lot of things, and I had a lot of ideas and projects that I want to do in the future. And I felt like this is my thing. Actually, I want to do this thing. I don't want to work anything else. I want to do this. So I was like, and all the girls were like, "Oh, thank you so much, Yasmina. You were so supportive on the road."
Oh,
And they were doing this for the first time on their life. Like this is their first time. It was like 90 kilometers. It was from Imswan to Agadir. So it was the only time that they're gonna cycle this distance. And sometimes they were like, okay, I cannot do it, but I just stop and talk with them and everything. And then we continue doing it. So I felt like, oh my God, this is so powerful. And the look in their eyes and everything. Oh my God, this is so inspiring. I want to do this a lot and I want to embrace this. So this is how I got the idea of starting organizing only girls trip by bike.
That's so cool. So the first trip, how many women joined you? How many girls? An all
So
girls bike trip?
yeah, so all of us, we were 6. So 5 people and me.
Great.
So
And
yeah,
90 kilometers, did you do it in one day?
no, actually, because it was their first time, it was a little
First
bit,
time.
yeah, uphills. So we did it in 4 days, actually.
Okay.
We had to stop at the villages and spend the night. It was really amazing because it wasn't only about cycling, but it was about empowering women, empowering each other, get inspired from each other, talk, share stories. So it was a whole experience with them. So and the first day was really hard for them because it was on the uphills. For me, I didn't have a problem to push my bike and go on the uphill, but I was a little bit sad for them because I saw them suffer. But I said to myself, they are powerful and they can do it. Even though we can spend like the whole night here, the whole day here, it's not a problem. What's important is like to face your fear and to say that I am capable of, and that's what the girls did. They did a really great job. And oh my God, when we got to our final destination each night, it was a celebration each day. And I felt really powerful among them. And they give me inspiration to start this thing.
That's so great. And you saying that the Bikes Network helped you organize this thing and find
Yeah,
accommodations? Is that what you said?
yes. So Picala Bikes, the workshop here in Marrakech, helped me with
Oh,
this.
okay.
So this is just me to become a bicycle mayor for future plans. But for
Right.
that trip,
For
they
that trip,
helped me
he's the
with
one.
yeah,
Okay.
they helped me with the accommodations, food, and everything. So I only had to lead the girls, let them know about bicycle mechanic, and just give them guidelines along the road.
And have some of these girls, when was this, first of all?
It was last year in August. So
Okay.
yeah, it was last year in August, and the girls like were like selected by like they were like applying. They sorry, they apply in the. Oh my God, sorry. I got my
It's
English
okay.
is so bad. Oh my God, you gotta excuse
Oh,
my
no, it's
English.
not.
So yeah,
How
we're
did you
gonna
find these girls?
they were so cool. Each one of them has a unique story and a unique voice to bring to the group. So it was really amazing meeting them randomly because we didn't know each other. I only knew
And
one
how
one.
did they find out about the trip? How did
So
they sign up?
yeah, so me and Picala Bikes made a video on Instagram, and I was like telling, "Hey girls, I'm gonna organize a bikepacking trip only for girls," and I was telling about the trip, what we're gonna do in it. So I put like a link, and the girls were applying in the link. So we got to select some few, and that's how we met each other.
Great. And have you done more trips since? Is this the thing that you're doing now?
Yes, now I am working on another girls on tour trip with Picala Bikes too, and it's gonna be also in August. And this time it's gonna be like from maybe Casablanca to Rabat. We still decide the route. I'm still gonna give them like an entire itinerary about it. So yeah, so this summer too is gonna be a girls on tour too.
That's so cool. The reason you and I took so long to connect for this video, for this podcast, was because you were busy doing another trip. And
Yes.
something amazing happened at
Oh
the
my
end of this
God.
other trip because
Yeah.
all the amazing things are finding you.
Yes.
So let's hear about this other thing that you were doing when I was trying
So
to get a hold of you.
I
Patty,
started.
I'm sorry. I'm too busy for your podcast because I have to.
The cycle again. Oh my God. So yes, I got this trip. Not I got this trip, but I will start from the beginning. So I started sharing my story on Instagram, sharing all about my bike trips and everything. And that's how I got a message from this girl who called Esther, and she was like, hi, Yasmina, I'm a bike traveler. I saw your Instagram and everything, and I saw that you did like this trip from North Morocco to Marrakech. So we are going on a solidarity trip from Tangier to Marrakech to Tessawagan, this village in the High Atlas. So she was like, we would like you to join us if you could, and like guide us or like trying to help with everything. And I was like, you know what, girl? I want to go on that bike trip, but
Twist my arm.
and I said, yes, that's so exciting. I want to do this. But the problem was like, not a problem. So as I said, I am a solo cyclist. Like most of the time I go by myself. And the idea of me cycling with a group of people, it scares me a little bit, to be honest, because I'm afraid that, like, I want the whole journey to be owned by me. Like, I don't know. I feel like I want to be the main character of my story and everything. And also it's a little bit scary to go with people because sometimes the energy doesn't match and then we lose the beauty of the trip and it's all about the other person. So
And
that's
what
why.
if they're better than you? And what if
Yeah,
they're faster
exactly.
than you?
Exactly.
And you're
Yeah, exactly. And because these people are coming from Italy, so they must be professional. They must have like really good bikes. Girl, I'm gonna be at the back. I was like, Esther, I'm gonna be with you, but you're gonna excuse me. I'm gonna be at the back. You go. I'm gonna cycle
Can
too.
you pull me?
Yes, please. I was like, oh my God, they must be so professional, so fast. And for me, I am none of these. Like, I'm just like a regular person in a cycle. That's it. I don't do records. I don't do anything. I don't have Strava or something. Now I have it. But yeah, I was like worrying a little bit about it. But I said to myself, let's give it a shot and let's try it. We can never know if we didn't try. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, yes, I want to do this. But the other problem is, last year I did the same trip, but 21 days. 21 days. This time is gonna be 10 days non-stop. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna do this. Oh my God. I was like, okay, Yasmina, don't worry. If you die on the road, you're gonna be happy. Don't worry. So I said yes to Esther, and I really waited for this trip with my whole heart. And on the 1st May, we started. I met the whole group. We had breakfast together, and oh my God, these people are coming from Italy. Me, I'm just in Morocco. My bike is more loaded than their bike. Oh my God, I got these two heavy bags in the back, one in the front, one in the frame. Oh my God, full loaded. They were like, are you crazy? How are you gonna do this with this huge bike? It for is a big bike and it's a little bit larger than me. I was like, oh my God, I am a little bit embarrassed. They just have one bag or something. They're like so light. And I was like, okay, I was trying to convince them that it's not overloaded. It's normal. I was like, you know what? I'm just training for harder trips. But yeah, we got to cycle the first day. It was a little bit hard because, as I said, I was right. They are professional. They are faster. So I tried to keep up with them so hard. And I did, actually. And they were so supportive. That's what I really appreciate about them. They were so, so supportive. They waited for me. They were like, are you okay? They were all like, ready to help me and didn't actually care about like reaching early to the destination. So I really appreciate those people and the days that I spent with them. So we spent 10 days cycling nonstop. We had one day rest in Rabat and then we completed our way. Then I got sick for one day and I was so sad because I couldn't cycle that day, but I had to listen to my body and I was like, okay, I'm not cycling this day, but it's a part of the journey also. So that's how we got to cycle 10 days and have the best experience of my life with these people. And actually we started at first from like Tangier to Rabat. We only were 6 people. But after that, from Rabat to Marrakech or to Tessawagan, we were like over 20 people. So you can imagine. And it was really like out of my comfort zone at all because I've never cycled with this much people and I've never imagined myself cycling with this much people because I was like, I am just a solo cyclist. But they changed my mind. They really changed my mind in my point of view. And now I see companionship is a really good things, and it can help you. It can make the journey more like much better. So yeah, I appreciate these
You really
people.
build that community because you're
Yeah.
going through all that together. And this is a bunch of people who feel the same way you do, right? So it's
Yeah.
not like they're strangers, but they are like-minded,
Yeah. And also they felt like I
right?
know them from like a long time. And also they speak Italian. I don't speak any Italian. The only person who speaks English is Esther. And she was the poor Esther, she was translating the whole time. But we're really connected, even though the language barrier and everything. And now they
And
were
you
like,
learned some Italian?
yes, allora, allora, a lot of allora. Yes, actually, I got to pick some words because it's like it's like French, like English. I can recognize some words, and also,
That's
actually,
right.
if I want to learn it, it's gonna be easier. It's like 6 months, 1 year. I can speak Italian.
Amazing. Yeah, you speak French right now, correct?
Yeah, I speak English and French. French, when it comes to speaking, it's not my thing.
Oh,
I do understand
okay.
it, but I don't really prefer to speak it. But I understand it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's great. And so at the end of this trip,
Hmm.
another magical thing happened. Can you
The
talk about
the
the new
the
bike you got?
Yeah. So another great woman, another inspiring woman give me her bike again for the second time. This broken
The one that she
student got
traveled with?
bikes everywhere. What? So so this
Yeah,
woman
go ahead.
so this woman joined us when we arrived to Rabat. So she was one of the people that joined us after. And I didn't have like that much connection with her because we
Interaction.
interaction, yes, interaction with her because we didn't I didn't speak Italian, she didn't speak English. But at the last day, like in Marrakech, not last day, the day before, the last day, which was in Marrakech, she was like, maybe I don't want to take my bicycle with me. I want to give it to someone. And she was like, who's going to be this person? And then Esther suggested me to her because I was like, because all the group agreed that I have a really, really heavy bike. Freddie is a really big boy, heavy bike. So they were like, Yasmina deserve it. And I was like, oh my God. She came to me with Easter and she was like, okay, I'm going to give you my bike. And I was like, oh my God, no, you're going to make me cry right now. Is this real? Is this real? Oh my God, another chapter is going to be unlocked for me. What is this great things? What is this great women I am surrounded by? Like first Nikki, then Naomi. Oh my God, thank you all. And it was like, I really appreciate it so much because I was like, on the trip I felt a little bit sad because I couldn't be faster. Freddy is so heavy and also it's a little bit larger than me, and the position in it doesn't allow me to give that much force. So I was a little bit sad, and at the same time I cannot afford a new bike, and I was like really thinking about it. But I didn't complain. I was like, it's okay, Yasmina. You're gonna do your things. You're gonna enjoy the road. Don't worry, the bike is gonna appear one day. And the bike appeared just at the end of the strip. so
And does she have a name? Does this one have a
no,
name?
actually, I'm still looking for it because I am. Oh my God, there's a lot of suggestions, Moroccans, Italian. So I want to do like a name like that has like both origins, like Morocco and Italian. So I'm still looking for a name.
Sounds good. Well, if the listeners have any
Yes,
ideas, they should put
please.
it in the comments or find Yasmina on Instagram
Yes,
and start
please.
bothering her about the name of her bike. Oh, that's amazing. It's so great.
Yeah.
How does bike adventure fit into advocacy? How does the bike adventure give you a seat at the table? Because I
Mm-hmm.
know one of the things that I like to talk about on this show is how important it is for women to have a seat at the table.
Mm-hmm.
And for you, a Muslim woman
Mm-hmm.
in Morocco, how does this adventure bring you into having a seat at the table?
So first thing first is that it gives me confidence to be myself, to speak about my thoughts like out loud, and to share about adventure as a woman, and just like it's just so amazing to do something you love and share about it, and especially if it's like in an environment that's not like, it's not common for things like this to be happening. So I was telling my family, everyone, even though like they were a little bit, they don't agree to what I'm doing, kind of, they still think that this is dangerous and this is just like, it's a phase, it's gonna go away. But this adventures helped me a lot to prove a lot of things. I mean, I don't seek to prove a point to someone, but at least it feels good to just to do adventures and share about it and people see it. Now, like my father is sharing my videos and everyone like talking about my adventures on the family factory. You know, everyone is like bringing up like Yasmina's adventures, and it feels so good to have a place where I can speak and share about it. So it feels so powerful for me.
That is so cool.
And
I think
also,
that you are
sorry.
definitely an inspiration. Go ahead.
Yeah, and also when I got messages from like girls on my Instagram account, it was so nice. It's so powerful because I've never imagined myself being a source of inspiration to someone else. I'm just a girl, you know, just a normal girl. But now I have a voice. Now I have a story to share. Now I can help someone. Now maybe just like if it's not like I can't help with something, but at least I inspire them to start their own things also. And people like asking me, what's next? What's next, Yasmina? We were waiting for you. What are you doing? And also the comments on my documentary, it's really so inspiring. I love to read all this point of view. I didn't have that much negative comments on my documentary, actually. It was all positive and I really liked it.
That's so amazing. I hope to see much more of that. Did you get a camera again? Are we gonna have to
Yeah.
do some crowdsourcing to get you a camera? What's
Yes,
going on?
finally, I bought another GoPro and a camera, Canon camera. So now I got to document. Actually, I'm working on my next documentary, the Marrakech Express trip. So it's gonna come soon. I'm working on that. Also, I
Oh,
have
so
another trip
exciting.
that I'm working
The
on it.
Marrakech Express? Is
Yeah.
that what you're calling when you do it in 10 days?
No, this is what they call it, the Italian. This is the title of it, like Marrakech Express. So I'm gonna name it something Marrakech Express. Maybe Wheels of Solidarity Marrakech Express. Something.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Well, we've arrived at a section of the show which I think is kind of irrelevant for you. It's called the Thank You Amy section. As you know, I'm a big Swiftie.
Yeah.
And for this section, I asked the question, was there a time when you were underestimated and you turned that situation into an opportunity to succeed and even excel? I feel like this whole show today has been exactly an answer to that question, but tell me anyways.
Yeah, I think there is two things. It's small, but it makes me feel so powerful. One time when only had this city bike with one gear. So one time, because my family knows that I go to the regions of Marrakech with my bicycle. That's good. It's like 45 kilometers trip. But this time I was like, we were like having lunch and I was like, I'm gonna go to my grandmother's village with my bicycle. And then my older brother was like, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna be able to do that. Trust me. You're not gonna do that in this bike. You're just dreaming. And I was like, what? Okay, I'm gonna do it right now. So this is like was the first time where I cycled 70 kilometers with this bike. This is like the longest distance. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna tell them until I arrive. So at this morning, I was like, hey mom, I'm going to this village just right here. I'm gonna come back at the evening. She was like, okay, go ahead. So I went. I started cycling at 9, and I arrived around 4. And then when first and first, all everyone in the village was so shocked because nobody expected me to come with a bicycle. This is the first thing. They were a little bit mad because what the hell are you doing, Yasmina? Did you just come by yourself? My uncle was so angry, and I didn't say hi to him because I was afraid he's gonna yell at me or something. But yeah, so I arrived to my grandmother village and then I called my mom and I was like, "Hey mom, how are you? Hope you're doing well. There's a random woman that wants to talk to you." And then I gave the phone to her mother. And I was like, "Oh my God, Yasmin, did you went there? Did you do it?" And I was like, "Yes, because you told me I cannot do it." So this thing, even though it's so
You did.
small, yes, even though it's so small, it's not something big. I mean, he didn't underestimate me, like, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna prove you wrong. I can do it, and I trust my 1 year bike. So this was the first time, and the other time also it's because of my 1 year bike. When I was like learning bike mechanic in this workshop, a lot of people were visiting, and when they were seeing me working on my bike, or like just like ask me about what I'm doing there and tell them about the trip and everything, and they were like, "You're not gonna do it. You're gonna take the bus and then come back. Trust me, it's really hard. You are a woman alone. You're not gonna do this. You just only have this illusion. Please, Yasmina, don't do it." And I was like, you know what, people? I'm gonna do it. So again, I make their ideas help me to continue cycling. And actually, a lot of time, I was like, questioning my whole existence again because I am on this uphill and like out of breath. And I was like, I only remember what they were saying to me, and I was like, no, I want to prove these people wrong, so I'm gonna continue cycling, and I did it by the end of the day. So there
Oh
were
my
these
God,
two
you're so
times.
stubborn. They
Yes,
had no idea. Watch me. Hold my
watch.
beer.
Yeah,
Hold my tea.
yeah,
Ah, that's
exactly.
amazing.
I
So
don't
proud
like,
of you.
yeah, I don't like when people just assume something just because of, like because I'm a woman, because I've never did it before, because no, I have bigger dreams, I have bigger desires, I have bigger determination that can hit all of these things. Please don't underestimate me. Please try to see how this means to me, and I can do wherever I want. So, yeah.
Or go ahead and underestimate me and just watch me,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yes,
Watch me
amazing.
rocket.
Yeah. I just love following your Instagram adventures. I'm so excited for what's ahead. But we are coming to the rapid fire questions now. And my first question to you, and I think I know the answer to this, but if you were a bicycle, what kind of bicycle would you be? Because now you started an adventure on a city bike. Now you
Yeah,
have this fancy Italian, road bike.
yeah. But you know what bicycle I want to be? I want to be Esther's bicycle, which is Lilith's, which is like a gravel slash road bike. It's so amazing for the road, so amazing for the gravel. It's like both of them. So I really want to be one of these bikes. And also my dreams bike is this bike. So I want to be this bike. I want to get
You
this
want to
bike.
be this bike because you want to do
Yeah,
everything. You want to
exactly.
do all the things.
Yeah.
The second question is, what is your superpower?
Superpower. I would say, can I say two things?
Yeah.
So first thing first, like determination to embrace my dreams, and second, it's gonna be storytelling.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so
Thank
proud
you.
of calling you my bicycle mayor colleague. I feel kind of like, oh, I don't do nearly enough. Taking this kind of space is really important to show
Yeah,
that women can do these things.
yeah.
It is a kind of advocacy. It's very cool.
And you
The
know what?
third, go ahead.
I
Yeah.
have like a future plan. I'm gonna connect the Bicycle Mayor Network, and I want to start a workshop, mechanic workshop for women. So I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I have the thoughts of it before, and I really want to do something in this summer, organizing an event, like bike mechanic event only for the girls, even to like how to fix a flat tire or something. So this is one of the project I really want to do in this summer, and
Great.
all women are welcomed.
There is someone here who regularly does how to fix your bike tire event here in Winnipeg for women, which is great. Also, there is a resource here called The Wrench, and they do workshops for women to learn how to even build their own bikes. So I can connect you with some
Thank
of my
you.
connections here
Thank you
too,
so
as
much.
well, so that you can, yeah, you bet. The third rapid fire question I have for you is, what book by a female author do you recommend?
So lately, I'm reading this book. It's called A Return to Love. It's by Marianne Williamson. The book is like more like a spiritual book that says like the love is our true essence, and that all of our problems, whether it's personal or like with people, it's like stem from fear. So if we face it with love, we're gonna be fine. So I really recommend this book. It's so good, and it has like a
A
simple
Return
language.
to Love.
Yes,
Great. That's so cool. It's true, if you face your issues with love
exactly.
instead of fear, you get a lot further.
Yeah.
One of the themes of this podcast has been joy.
Uh,
The joy, embracing the joy instead of embracing anger,
yeah.
instead of letting anger
Yeah.
fuel your life, to let joy fuel your
Yeah.
life.
And
So I feel like that's
yeah.
kind of the same theme.
Yeah, actually,
So
sorry, I
go
just
ahead.
want to add one thing. A lot of people asks me like, why do you embrace this kind of things? What do you want to do these hard things? You're not athlete, you're not take this, you're not this, you're not this. But they don't understand that I love to do this, and love is what makes me embrace that. Love is what makes me like overcome the uphills, the slow pace and everything. So I just encourage people to embrace love, to, a return to love, like to return to love, and just embrace the things that made them feel loved. So this is my secret. I love my things. I love to embrace my things, and it makes me feel happy, joyful, and everything. So yeah.
Great. What's next for you then? I sort of understand that the next thing you want to do
Mm-hmm.
is create a workshop for women
Yeah.
to learn how to fix their bikes.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to do this. And also now I am, oh my God, I'm so excited for this. I am working on this trip. I am putting the itinerary, and I actually am going to go on a scouting trip, in the middle of June. So I wanted to create a whole itinerary to do, for women, like for girls to bike. So I'm going to go to this scouting trip and create a whole itinerary and see what's good, what's not good. And then I will start organizing girls tour with
The
this.
next trip.
Yes, exactly.
So it sounds to me like just an excuse to go on another bike trip. Yes.
Yeah. Well, yes, I'm gonna take my bike actually, and I'm gonna take my friend with me. So she's gonna ride Freddie. She's gonna ride Freddie, and I'm gonna ride my new bike. I'm gonna still have to get a name for her, but yeah, I'm gonna take my friend and my two bikes. So I'm gonna do this. And
That's amazing. That's so cool. Well, this episode is going to drop in August. So by then, I should know a little update
Yes.
from you. I will update everyone at the end of the episode. And how can we find you, Yasmina? You have a presence on YouTube. We're going to link to your
Yes.
documentary. And I'm going to link to your Instagram so
Yes.
people can find you. And how else?
I think I use this main social media right now. But soon, I mean, not yet, but I will have a blog or like a website or something where I can share more about it. But for now, just Instagram and YouTube.
Great. Thank you so much for joining me today. I think it was worth all our tech troubles to hear this wonderful story. You made me cry. You made me feel hopeful. And, you give me so much hope for girls.
Thank you so much,
And
Patty.
for girls in Morocco and all over the world. I'm so proud of you. I feel like you're my little bike daughter. And
thank you so much, Patty, for having me. I've never imagined myself. I mean, I imagined myself on a podcast, but not now. I feel like I didn't do that much. Like I just cycled 2 long trips. I didn't do that much, but I really appreciate the time and the opportunity you give me to be heard and to be seen, to talk about the most thing that I love, which is cycling and the things that I want to do. Thank you so much for having me. And I really appreciate what you're doing. I already watched your previous episode, and it was really amazing with these great women. So thank you for doing this, and thank you for having all the women talk and share stories, because we need it. Obviously we need it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. One day you're going to be so famous. You're going to say, I used to be on this tiny little podcast
No.
with this girl from Brazil who's lost in Canada. And you're going to be, oh, yeah, I remember that Patty, because you are going places, my friend. And I'm so
You
proud
will
to call you
remain the
my
best.
friend.
Believe me, you will remain the best of it all.
Oh, I love you.
Thank you. I
Okay,
love you
well,
too.
we're going to talk again.
Thank you so much.
I recorded this episode back in June, and since then, Yasmina has had many more adventures. You will want to follow along on her Instagram. I'll put the link below and also a link to her documentary, which you have to watch on YouTube. Thank you again for listening, and thank you especially to my Patreon supporters for helping me finance this crazy idea. Obrigada novamente por ouvir e obrigada especialmente aos meus apoiadores do Patreon por me ajudarem a financiar essa ideia maluca. Michael, Andrew, Nikki, Hall's Emporium, Lucas, Linda, Rod, Julia, David, Tim, Stephanie, Jason, and Cassie. Now, let's hear this week's voice memo. Listener, I'm going to need you to call in, or else I'm going to have to call this section Sarah Sparkly Minute.
Hi, Patty. It's Sarah, your guest from episode 9. I loved listening to Stephanie in episode 10. It was so cool to listen to how her family life is, all revolving around community and what you can cycle to. And I really love the idea that just because you can drive somewhere doesn't mean you should drive somewhere. If the only way you can get there is by driving, like, do you really need to go? Do we have to live in the most convenient ways to pack all these different things in? Is it serving us? I also really liked how she used to think about, is she tired? Does she have enough energy to cycle? But then when she got the e-bike, she didn't have to worry about that anymore. That's one of the most awesome things about e-bikes. I think that's why they're a real game changer. Love listening to the podcast. Keep it up.